Good morning and welcome to your best car in Kent. Now, I know what you're thinking, it's a funny looking car, and I've got to be honest, we're not actually in Kent today. We're in Northiam, just down the road in East Sussex, and I'm going to put up some footage of where we're filming today in the middle of this lovely field. So thank you very much for allowing us to use your field, Gideon, really appreciate it. What we are here today to film is this beautiful Bailey Autograph 752. Now, the whole point of this is to show you all of its features, all of its different layouts, how the awning works, how to empty the toilet, how to fill it up with water, etc, etc. So you know what this van is capable of and if it's the right van for you ultimately. If there's anything we've missed, you've got any further questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call or email. But for now, let's get started on this motorhome and we'll jump straight into the awning. First of all, you're going to need your awning pole. It's conveniently stored underneath here, which is under your bed, which you'll see later on. It's sort of like a mini garage, but you've got a few of your tools in there. Funny little hook you can see at the end there, or you might not be able to see. Goes in your eyelet up here. And then you just unwind, excuse the creaking in the background, unwind your awning out, okay? Now, you get to a certain point, and you come out here, and I'll cut to this now, as you'll see in the video. These pop out and pop out of that slot there, rotate round, and you undo this little knob here, tighten it up, and of course you do the exact same the other side, pull it out, rotate it round, undo this, pop it up, and obviously there can be some adjustment made to get it perfectly right and how far out you want it, but in simple terms that's how easy it is to put your awning out in your motorhome. You've got two pegs either side to pin it down so it doesn't fly away in the wind. It's as simple as that. So we'll move on to something else now. What we have powering this beautiful motorhome is a 2.2 litre diesel Euro 6 ULEZ compliant engine. It produces 160 horsepower, which is more than enough for all of your driving needs, and is paired to a 6-speed manual gearbox. It really is a wonderful motorhome to drive. You're going to want to know how to fill up your motorhome with diesel for any of your long journeys that you want to go on. Very, very simple thing to do. Pop open your fuel filler cap round on the passenger side of the car. Now you will need your ignition key into the locking cap, turn it anti-clockwise and out it comes. Now it will stay there and hang there, and then you are free to fill up your motorhome. Once you then want to lock it, you pop the cap back in, turn it clockwise, take it out, and your cap's locked and you're ready to go for your journey. Now your gas is very important for any journey you go on in your motorhome. Now even on the commute down there, you're going to need to keep your fridge cool if you've got items in there. Your gas can do that. If you pull over at the side of the road, you don't have access to a mains hookup overnight, your gas can use your heating. You can obviously make a cup of tea on your hob, and then you've got your fridge as well that will keep it cool. Now when you get to site and you've got access to a mains hookup, you're then not going to need your gas. You can use the mains electricity and save your gas. This is where the bottles are located. We've already unlocked them with the habitation key here, and you can see because it's outlined by the red line here. Turn them anti-clockwise and your storage will open up. Now you'll see we have two bottles in here. The bottles are included as part of the sale, however they both are empty. So you'll need to take them to your local stockist. They will be able to exchange them for you for full ones for a small charge, but what it does do is save you the initial cost for renting the gas bottles. Once again, you shut your door, you turn them clockwise now, you use your habitation key to lock them, and that will show by sort of making this red ring disappear, and you know it's all locked and safely stowed away. Right, the 3 points we've got behind our gas that we've just run through. Your first point, I think, is very important. This is a 230 volt home style socket and an aerial connection point. That means if you happen to be watching the Euros, what a disappointment that was. If you happen to be watching the Euros in your awning somewhere else, you can plug in your TV, plug in your aerial, and you can watch a bit of TV on the go. Moving over to our middle compartment, this is our exterior mains hookup. As I spoke about earlier with the gas, when you get to site, you plug your mains cable in here, you plug it in at your electrical point that's nearest to you. That then powers your motorhome and enables you to use it without using all of your gas. Onto your final point here, this is your external gas barbecue point. So if you happen to be watching the Euros or something else on TV, or maybe you're not watching TV at all but you just want to barbecue outside rather than inside, this is exactly what this point's for. Plug in your barbecue, cook up a few burgers and sausages for your friends and family, and then you can pack it all away, shut your case down, and you're ready to go. Here we have your storage area at the back of the motorhome. It is accessible from the inside of the motorhome under the bed, but obviously accessible from here as well. The same logic applies with your red rings to show that it is unlocked. You turn these anti-clockwise, and then this lifts up to show your storage area. We'll cut to a snippet now of inside the van to show you the full space. And once again, same logic applies for locking it. So once you've turned your key in your lock, you give it a push, that will then lock your lock, and you know you're secure and ready to move on. Now, the bit no one really wants to talk about when it comes to motorhoming or caravanning is the loo and the toilet. With these modern motorhomes, it's so incredibly simple to do. So first of all, you've got a lock on here. So you unlock it, you pop your 2 fingers in there, your 2 thumbs in there, and it opens up your door. Now, providing you've got your toilet locked on the inside, which is the handle, which I'll cut to now and show you in this video, if that is locked, then this will be able to pop out like this. If you can't get this out for whatever reason, go back in your motorhome, check that that is definitely locked inside, and then it'll allow you to pull it out. It's really simple. You pull it out, you've got your handle there that you pull and a handle on top, and then all you do is use this convenient handle, pop it on the floor, and you can wheel this over to where you need to get rid of it. And it's as simple as turning this nozzle here, opening it up, pouring it away, putting it back on, shutting it, coming back to your motorhome, popping it back in there. It's as easy and as simple as that. It's nothing to worry about, and certainly nothing to be embarrassed about. Right, there's a couple of ways to fill up your water tanks on your motorhome. First and foremost is your submersible pump. Very simple. Your adapter goes into your motorhome slot here as it should, and this is a submersible pump, fairly self-explanatory, goes into your container that you've got full of water, that then pumps the water into your tank. Now, the other way, and the more conventional way, is your hose pipe adapter. So again, at home or on site, you will have a hose pipe attachment. This goes into that, and then your adapter goes into your motorhome. It's quite a long cable that you've got with this, and there's actually 2 of them included in the van, and that is how you mainly fill up your water tank so you're ready to go. Now, from filling up your water tank, the next logical place to go is to emptying it. Now, in a motorhome, you probably know you have 2 water tanks. You have your clean water and you have your grey water. Now, grey water is anything that's gone down the sink, having a shower, that's pretty much it. All of your dirty toilet is in the cassette that we've already spoken about. Now, to empty that when your grey tank gets full is as simple as turning this little tap down here. So you bend down, you turn it anti-clockwise, and the water will run out and empty out onto the floor. Then you do it back up once you're done, and it's as simple as that. Right, onto the rear of the motorhome. There's not a huge amount to talk about here, but 2 very important features. One is your cycle rack carrier mount point. So if you wanted to take your push bikes on holiday with you and your family, you take these covers off, you fit your bike racks, not included in the sale of this motorhome, but fairly cheap and very easy to get. You're then able to take your bikes away on holiday with you. Up here is another very, very important feature, which is the reversing camera for your motorhome. So I'll cut across to a picture of that now, and you'll see the wideness of the lens, or the lens angle should I say, gives you a really good vision all around the motorhome, and is just beyond helpful when you're trying to park it up or trying to reverse anywhere. Welcome to the inside of your Bailey Autograph 752. It is gorgeous in here. The leather head lining, the layout itself, it's one of my personal favourites, which is this open plan dual sofa aspect, and you've got the 2 captain swivel chairs at the front. We've got it set up how you would have it set up during the day if you had family or friends over, and you can see how spacious this is. You've got 2 of the seats up here which are incredibly comfortable, and then you've got your sofas either side. Now, the clever bit is, if you have anyone stay over, or the grandkids are staying on the campsite as well and they want to come and stay, this turns into a massive bed, which I'm going to show you. We've got 1 extra cushion at the back that we'll need to put in the middle at the end, but I'll show you this now and we'll get it set up to show you how quick and easy it is. So to pull there, pull these out, and then we've got a black cushion at the back that my lovely cameraman's going to pass to me. Magic. Oh, there we go. And that pops in there. Let's put that up there. That's how easy it is. Now, I'm 6'1" with 2-inch shoes on. I'll let you do the math on that. And look how much space there is. Absolutely loads. It's as easy as that to set up. And I guess we move to the other bed now. Welcome to your French bed at the back. A French bed simply means that you've got the corner cut off for accessibility. But as you can see, once again, if I lay this side, loads of space. There's obviously space next door to me. You've also got here a little section, so you pop that off, you pull this out, and it's your little blind to keep the privacy in case you have got the grandkids staying over. And then that tucks away back in there, nice and simple, with a little clip to keep it out of the way while you're driving. Oh, hello! We're in the shower here, just to show you the space again. I am a 6'1" gentleman, as I've mentioned before, and loads of space. All jokes aside, you could turn around in here, move around, it doesn't feel crowded, it doesn't feel claustrophobic. We've then obviously got your toilet and your sink as well. So the toilet, as I was showing you outside, do you remember I said you wouldn't be able to get your cassette out? Down here you've got a little controller that opens and closes your toilet, and then obviously your flush, which is up here, and at the click of a button that then flushes away anything you have done, and you can shut your lid again. Over to the sink, you've got a wonderful sink here with running water, of course, if you've got your water tank full, and then onto your storage inside where you can store all of your toiletries and anything else you may need. Another little storage container at the bottom, and then of course you've got your toilet roll and then a tiny radiator just behind, just to keep you warm in those winter months. Onto your microwave. I don't really need to explain how a microwave works to you. It's exactly the same as you want at home. All of your controls and your buttons obviously only works when you're plugged into your mains hookup outside. This is your fridge. A little button at the top to stop it flinging open when you're driving. And what we'll do is I'll overlay some shots of it now, but you've got your large freezer compartment at the top, which is nice, and full-size fridge. You know, you get a lot of space in there. Lot of space to put your bits and pieces. You've obviously got over here your gas indicator to show if you're using your gas, along with your electric button when you're on your mains hookup. Welcome to your kitchen area. The space continues, all part of that open plan living. Now your glass top lifts up out of the way. You've got access to 4 hobs on here, 3 which are gas, 1 is which electric. So if you are driving from your home straight to a site that does have a mains hookup, as most do nowadays, you don't have to use any gas at all. You can just use your electric hob and save your gas. Now, as I mentioned, 3 gas, 1 electric. To cover them up, you've got this glass countertop. That goes down to give you a bit more surface area when you are cooking or you are preparing afterwards. You need the space. The one thing that we do recommend, which everyone would probably work out on their own anyway, is just to have a tea towel in between the glass and the hob when you're driving, just to stop that rattle as you're going down the road. Moving over to your sink area, a little chopping board that's also the same size as the sink, which is where it stores, of course, and then your tap, running hot or cold water, thanks to the boiler, which we will touch on later. And finally, moving down to your oven. Normal oven as you'd expect with your grill. This particular oven has never been used by the previous owners, as you can see from, well, how new it looks, quite frankly. Electric oven, again, to be used with the mains hookup. What we have here is a storage compartment, but it has your dining table in there. So open it up. What you've got here is your table. This slides out, and then what you've got is you undo this bit here, pull this out. You do the same with this when you've got this out of the way, of course, and it clicks into place, and then you'll see now a shot of me smiling with the dining table all set up for you. You click it all away again, slide it up here, and then what you've got for your travels is just a little latch at the top, a little latch there, and that stops anything from moving around. Back onto your bed, and we're just going to run through the final bits of the video now to show you the storage that's available in this motorhome. So you have a lift up bed here. Really nice to do because it's on gas struts, doesn't require any real physical strength at all to lift it up. You've got access to your boiler at the back. You've got a storage component here where you can store bits and pieces, and of course this cuts to the external of the motorhome earlier where we showed you. This is sort of your mini garage that can be accessed from inside and from outside of the vehicle. All the blinds and the windows work the same across all of this motorhome, and you've got these little latches, all 4 of them, that you undo. One behind me there, and you pop out, and you have little tightening, which you'll see on the overlay now, me tightening and loosening them, which holds it to where you want it to go. You've got a blind top and bottom, so the one is a fly screen, so you still lets the breeze through but doesn't let any of the bugs in. The bottom one is a nightshade, which obviously blocks any of the light coming through. So if you do that on all of them, you have a very, very dark interior, of course, for your sleeping. And the same with the fly screens, you can have that down during the night, the window open slightly to let that breeze through. Onto your roof blind, you've got 3 of them across this motorhome, but just to show you how they all work, once again, you do have your blackout and you do have your fly screen. What you've got is 2 clips here. Open up this one, open up this one, pull this down, and then just push up. Here we have your 2nd and 3rd roof light. These both operate the same, slightly different to the one we've just shown you. So you have a button here that locks it in place, pop that in, pull this down, and then you have multiple different latches where you want it, or of course all the way to the end to really open it up. Thank you ever so much for watching, everyone. Really appreciate the time if you've made it this far and I didn't bore you to death. If there's anything else we've missed, any other questions you've got, as I said at the beginning, please don't hesitate to give us a call. You can call us on 01580 712 115 or email ashley@yourbestcar.co.uk. Thank you ever so much again, and we'll see you soon.